There we go. Middle of the week. Been a while since I've done a video. Greetings, one and all. Short notes is going to be a non-sports video, but I need to do at least a few items sports related. Steven Strasburg loses a game today. Yeah, okay, little of it is his fault, but still, you come away from the game today with something really for everybody. 9 strikeouts. It was 9. Somebody did the calculations, but it was 9. And that gives him 41 strikeouts his first 4 career starts. That's a record. The old one, Herb Score of the Indians, had that like back in '55. He did it. So just keep seeing history as far as Steven Strasburg goes. By the way, speaking of history, I'll be there in 10 days. I think I kind of said it before. If I have not, I'll clarify it for you. His next 2 starts, Strasburg's next 2 starts, this coming Monday at Atlanta. This is where everybody's waiting on this one. Strasburg and Jason Heyward. Really, you're looking at you're looking at the National League Rookie of the Year award, more or less. And I've said publicly, we don't talk about this until Strasburg and Jason Heyward go mano a mano. So Monday night, those of you in the Atlanta area, get your tickets. And then after that is next Saturday, which is July 3rd. It goes up against the Mets. Fox gets to do that. It's a 4 o'clock start. I'll be there in person to see this. God, I hope they don't fuck around with this. But at any rate, just need to get that out of the way. It's a loss. Nobody asked for perfection. Nobody figured he was going to go out and win every time. But this may be good in the long run. Okay, so that takes care of these. Well, let's see. That's one sports item to get out of the way. The other, Albert Haynesworth decides, hey, I'm going to show up at training camp for the Redskins now. Yeah, guess what? After you took $21 million from them in a signing bonus, well, now $11 million was the signing bonus, but the other $21 million of his contract. They handed you that check, and you got to show up. So somehow somebody finally got to him and said, your reputation's fucked, pal. Well, guess what? You're persona non grata in Washington as far as fans are concerned. But I'll probably deal with that in a future video at a future time. I don't want to go into it now. I said this is a non-sports video today, and I mean it. This is because 2 news items, neither of which are related. The BP oil spill, the colossal fuck up, is now a more colossal fuck up. Somebody really screwed up and they had to take this little containment cap. So now you got oil coming out of this thing like nobody's business. And God knows when you're going to ever put another cap on it or what the fuck you're going to do. Speaking more fuck ups, there's a news item I think everybody knows by now. This is about General Stanley McChrystal, who basically was the head of the American troops in Afghanistan until he gave an interview in Rolling Stone magazine. And you're learning the same thing that a lot of people just fail to understand. This is not about party lines. It's not about party ideology. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. What it has to do with is constitutional law. And there's one little aspect of constitutional law that a lot of people just can't wrap their heads around, and that's this. The President of the United States is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. He is the El Supremo. That means you can't publicly make cracks about him. You cannot publicly criticize the Commander-in-Chief, which is apparently what this Rolling Stone article was all about. Now, I've not read the article, but pretty much you just say, the moment you start to criticize the president, as long as you are wearing a military uniform, just be ready to understand, this is a fuck up. And as I said, it does not deal with party lines, party ideology, or anything like that. It's just constitutional law, folks. It doesn't make a damn. You criticize a civilian commander-in-chief and your ass goes bye-bye. So, so that's really what that boils down to. Um, so that's really all I wanted to talk about as far as the non-sports. I covered the early stuff. I'll leave you all with one final piece of sports news. If you didn't get a chance to see it today, you probably may not have because it was on this morning. Team USA, as far as the World Cup soccer goes, won their game today over Algeria. 1-0. That means they now move on to the next round of the World Cup. It was touch and go, folks, for much of this. What everybody talks about is there was a goal which Team America scored, and the referee, and I do not know where this referee was from. I don't think it was a third world country, like the last match. But this referee in this match disallowed the goal. He said, well, it was offside. Those of you who don't follow soccer, I'll give you the definition of offside in soccer is that the player can't be ahead of the ball. In other words, if the ball is being kicked by someone, you cannot be ahead of the ball. That's the definition of it. Well, when he looked at the replay of this, and he saw that clearly the guy, and I forget his name, that when the ball got to him, he was clearly onside. I mean, even the people, working for ESPN today, working this match said this was onside. There was not any problem with it. But apparently this referee did, and so it just delayed everything. It was all scoreless until they got into what you call extra time, injury time, whatever. In other words, it went past the 90 minutes in soccer. You go a little longer. And Landon Donovan came in, rescued this. So Team America moves on. So, as I understand, does England. So, it'll be interesting. That's all you can say, folks. It'll be interesting. There's no telling what you got. I mean, truthfully, the way this has been going, they can't. You find it hard to motivate yourself in the first half, and then you suddenly have to kick, and suddenly have to kick it in the second half. That doesn't work when you get to the World Cup tournament level. It doesn't quite work like that. So you got to be going the whole 90 minutes, folks. Believe me. You got to go the whole 90 minutes. Okay, so that takes care of all I needed to take care of. So, as always, it is I, blah, 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 blah. The spiel. Why do I go through this? I don't know, you need some type of sign off. After a while, even I start to annoy myself. But at any rate, you know who I am. You know who I am, and I am the real one, and all of that. So we will catch up to you when I get around to doing another one of these videos. God knows when that will be. So we will catch up to you soon. And now the picture will just stop freezing. Hey, look at this. Here we are. Yes, this is one of those nights, ladies and gentlemen. Something goes horribly wrong. The picture freezes to shit. What a day. Anyway, we'll catch up to you soon. So, adios, motherfuckers.